Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you all to this first of its kind inherent flame protection webinar in partnership with CORDURA. Just a few housekeeping before we go forward. Everyone, please make sure your mic is muted before we go on. And this afternoon, I know you probably will have lots of questions. Please make sure you use the chat room, and we will answer as many questions as we possibly can after all the presentation has been done. I'd just like to welcome our panel this afternoon. For those of you who don't know myself, it's Yvette Ashby, CEO and founder of PCIAW. You'll learn a little bit more about PCIAW from our editor shortly. Our editor is Declan Osborne, and he will go into explaining a little bit more about PCIAW. I'd also like to welcome our talented Cindy McDowell, Business Development Director from Invista CORDURA brand, and her colleague, Deborah, R&D technology leader from Invista CORDURA brand. And from the Daletec team, Erlen Jennison, brand manager of Daletec, and Vega for R&D development from Daletec. So that's our panel this afternoon. Talented people, and I'm sure you'll enjoy this fantastic webinar. So let's start this afternoon with Declan Osborne, who's going to explain a little bit more about PCIAW and how we work with all our members around the world. Thank you, Declan.
Thanks, Yvette. So I'd like to say welcome to everyone listening today to the Inherent Flame Protection webinar hosted by PCIAW with our trusted members, Invista CORDURA brand and their key partner, Daletec. We are excited to announce today that Daletec, as part of the Sapphire Finishing Mills Group, have joined PCIAW and become the newest trusted member to connect with our Professional Clothing Industry Association. We are proud to have you join PCIAW, and we look forward to building a successful partnership and supporting your future growth. Next slide, please. For those of you who want to know who is PCIAW, we are the member-driven trade association for the global professional clothing industry across the entire supply chain for corporate wear, workwear, and PPE. We put buyers in touch with suppliers and provide our members with a platform to speak with the professional clothing industry and become the thought leaders in subjects such as today's inherent flame protection fabrics. Next slide, please. PCIAW steers the direction of the professional clothing industry by educating our members. We recently published the first of its kind report, Circular Textiles for a Sustainable Future, by collaborating with our trusted members. We highlighted key innovative solutions to help the professional clothing industry and wider textile industry design in circularity and recyclability. The report has been downloaded hundreds of times from companies in every corner of the world, and you can download your copy for free today on the PCIAW website. We also publish educational reports on the post-Brexit rules of origin and the buyer's guide to educate on the complexities of the tendering process. You can also read the quarterly PCIAW Voice magazine, which promotes our members and reports on critical topics for the professional clothing industry. Next slide, please. On the screen, you'll see the contribution from our trusted member, Invista CORDURA brand, as one of the 13 forward-thinking and sustainable companies who contributed to this first of its kind report on circular textiles. CORDURA brand outlined their sustainable innovations in monofiber fabrics to facilitate circularity in textiles. Next slide, please. We also recently launched the Uniform Buyers Network matchmaking service, helping to connect buyers with suppliers. PCIAW will help source trusted suppliers for buyers based on bespoke procurement criteria across the supply chain. As buyers seek to reduce the environmental impact of professional clothing, the Uniform Buyers matchmaking service can help take the pain away from researching the market, with companies leading the way with sustainable textiles. PCIAW aims to open new opportunities for all of our members in the professional clothing industry. Next slide, please. And I'm also glad to announce the PCIAW Summit Network and Awards event will take place this year on the 2nd and 3rd of November in London. The two-day event will bring together and connect the professional clothing industry with influential speakers educating our guests on the most important subjects of the time. The awards will celebrate achievement of businesses and individuals and provide global recognition for their innovation and dedication. CORDURA brand is a fantastic supporter and sponsor of the PCA Vision Global Student Design Competition, which provides opportunities to the next generation of talent. It's the most highly anticipated date in the professional clothing calendar and provides something to look forward to after a year of virtual calls. I hope to see you all there. Tickets are available online, or please get in touch. Next slide, please. So you can join PCIAW as a trusted member today and support the Professional Clothing Association. And you can find my contact details on the slide. So thanks for listening, and I'll pass it back to Yvette, who will give the platform over to the inherent flame protection. Thank you.
Thank you, Declan. This afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome our first speaker, Cindy McNall, who's the Business Development Director of Invista CORDURA brand. I'm delighted to have her and her team today to discuss this fantastic new innovation in inherent flame protection. Cindy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cindy McNall, Invista's CORDURA brand Business Development Director, and I'm really, really happy to be here with everyone virtually. I'm going to be even happier to be here with everyone in person at the PCI Summit meeting in November. Yvette and Declan and team always put on an amazing networking event, and I would highly encourage everyone to sign up for that. Today, for this webinar, we're going to be talking about a new game-changing stretch inherent FR fabric solution. And I think you're really going to enjoy the lineup. I'm going to start with some very interactive slides. I'm going to have to go offline a little bit with my bandwidth, but I will come back on in just a moment, and we will have a great lineup for you. So this new FR development brings dimensions of comfort, mobility, and durability to the EU industrial PPE clothing market. Specific markets that we're targeting are going to be oil and gas and electric and utility sectors. Over the last 3 years, this product has been in the making, and it's a really, really exciting collaboration between CORDURA brand, our longstanding mill partner Sapphire, and their Daletec brand of FR fabrics. So to set the stage, let's start with a brief overview about CORDURA. For those of you that do and don't know, CORDURA brand is part of Invista. And Invista is a world-class leader in fiber, fabric, and raw material building blocks for the textile industry. For over 50 years, we've innovated advanced fiber and fabric technologies that empower people to boldly take on the world. In 1967, CORDURA fabric came onto the scene in a decade of accelerating change. The way we all lived, the way we worked and played was being transformed. And with nylon 6/6 fiber, our brand was at the forefront of that transformation. Through advances in technology, CORDURA fabrics have made it possible to offer new levels of durability that would become the hallmark of our brand. Many of you might have seen us even rapidly expanding that portfolio in the last 10 years. I know Yvette can speak to that personally. She's always saying, wow, you're coming out with something totally new. And we pride ourselves on innovation. Whether you're seeking something that's either lightweight or comfortable, or tough and rugged, or the next level in innovative industry norm-driven protection, we've got a solution for you. A common theme that runs through all of these is that continued passion and commitment to innovation that I mentioned, as well as collaboration. We team up with our partners to listen and identify unmet needs, to help solve problems, to invent cutting-edge solutions, and ultimately, we design with purpose. This latest partnership with Daletec for the development of the Extreme X powered by CORDURA Nico fiber technology is such a shining example of this collaborative spirit. At CORDURA, we make fabrics that withstand the test of time. Their enduring qualities include high tensile and tear strength and extreme abrasion resistance. Our fabrics are built to last with a legacy of proven performance and ultimately dependability, both of which ladder up to our belief that sustainability begins with products that last. Demanding more from what you wear is a mantra that resonates with both Daletec and CORDURA. Buying less, choosing well, and making products to last are key drivers for today's consumer. And with CORDURA Fabric Solutions, we help provide that invisible layer of confidence. CORDURA fabrics help make your jeans stronger, your workwear tougher, and your step just a little bit lighter. We're with you when you're storming the battlefield, scaling the cliff, working on the job site, or simply hanging out with friends. You don't always see us, but Cordura fabric has always got your back. So what are Cordura advanced fabrics? They are high performance fabrics that are built to last. They're built to look newer longer, and they're versatile enough to be used in a wide range of end use products. And those markets can include our legacy products in military gear and apparel, workwear, corporate wear, and this latest Daletec Extreme fabric powered by Cordura Nyco technology. Ultimately, Cordura is synonymous, as I've noted, with durability and lasting performance. Our rigorous testing standards help ensure that when consumers see the Cordura label, it simply delivers on a best-in-class durable fitness for purpose. Our tag is a promise of that performance and of that innovation that I mentioned earlier. This latest collaboration with the talented team at Daletec is one such example. Together, we will be offering you and your customers an innovative, game-changing, inherent FR stretch fabric solution with co-branded performance storytelling. And this is the ideal time to introduce my colleague, Deborah Sarzati, who has been spearheading the Cordura performance testing for Daletec Extreme X fabric. She will then be followed by Erlin and Vager from the Daletec team, and they will both be diving into the technical details behind this innovation, including unmet need, the performance advantages that this new fabric brings to the FR marketplace. So over to you, Deborah.
Hi, my name is Deborah Sarzati. I'm part of the R&D team at Cordura, and it's my great pleasure to talk you through an example of the type of performance testing we've designed to quantify the advantages that incorporating Cordura fibers can bring to fabrics. As Cindy highlighted, we make use of a wide range of both standard and modified lab test methods in our brand certification protocols that are geared towards, firstly, ensuring fitness for purpose for the targeted application and end-use market, from active footwear to military uniforms and personal protective clothing, as we're discussing today, as well as ensuring that high-performance Cordura fibers are being used effectively to both improve fabric performance and use and increase durability for longer garment life. Daletec Extreme X fabric incorporates a Cordura nylon 6/6 staple fiber, and I'd like to briefly touch on some of the advantages of nylon 6/6. In FR workwear applications, incorporating nylon 6/6 can bring several unique attributes. It improves abrasion resistance to a greater extent than nylon 6 or polyester, owing to its greater toughness and elastic recovery. It has a higher melting point than nylon 6 and higher heat capacity than polyester. And with 20% lower density than polyester, it imparts lightweight strength. With regards to strength, the Daletec Extreme X fabric incorporates our state-of-the-art Type 420 HT staple fiber, the strongest nylon 6/6 staple fiber ever produced by Envista. In an intensive research process, we made a breakthrough resulting in a patented fiber that was commercialized in our 50th anniversary year. The increased tenacity of this fiber has particularly facilitated the development of the lightweight and breathable nylon cotton known as Cordura Nyco fabric that has been adopted by the US and several major international military forces. Our mission is to continue with the Type 420 HT fiber to create a new generation of durable yet lightweight fabrics, such as this latest innovation with Daletec. The Daletec team has done phenomenal work in designing the multi-norm protective performance of the Extreme X fabric while incorporating both their proprietary MoveX stretch technology that you'll be hearing more about and Envista's Type 420 high tenacity nylon 6/6 fiber. On our side, we've recently established a new testing protocol that we've trademarked Cordura Lab to Life, which strives to replicate in the lab the conditions garments will see in use, and helps us to predict Cordura fabric performance and garment longevity in the real world. Using an accelerated abrasion method, we can clearly see the exceptional performance benefits of the Daletec Extreme X fabric when compared to one of the top sellers in the marketplace today. The competitive fabric has very similar overall composition. Notably, despite being lighter weight, the fabric powered by CORDURA lasts 2.5 times longer, more than 2.5 times longer. As you can see, the competitive fabric fails at 1800 rubs, while the CORDURA version maintains its integrity after 5000 rubs, at which point the test was terminated. One of the objectives of our CORDURA Labs life testing has been to minimize the subjectivity and variability that is often inherent in abrasion and durability testing. This graph corresponds to the images we were just looking at. And by measuring the weight of the fabric at regular intervals, we can quantify the wear rate in terms of the percent fabric mass lost as fabrics wear away until they eventually form a hole or get so weak that they tear in use. Here again, we see evidence that the Daletec Extreme X fabric loses less mass after 5000 rubs than the competitive fabric after 1800. This wraps up the CORDURA portion of our presentation. So now we'll be handing it back over to Yvette to introduce the very capable team at Daletec.
Thank you very much, Deborah. I'm sure there'll be lots of questions coming along after this webinar. Erlen is the brand manager of Daletec, and we'd love to welcome you now, Erlen. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Yvette, for setting this up, and thank you everyone for joining us this afternoon. My name is Erlen Johannessen, and I'm the brand manager at Daletec. I'm very glad to be allowed to present our joint development together with the CORDURA team today, and I really hope you will find it worthwhile to spend some minutes with us today. So thank you everyone for meeting up, and it's great to meet you all, even though it's digitally today. CORDURA team has already shared some key benefits into the product, and in our presentation you'll hear more about what makes this product stand out as potentially one of the most futuristic and most important product launches in the utility market. Our Daletec Extreme fabric was designed to meet both the increasing expectations, especially in the utility market, for high FR performance combined with durable filament-based comfort stretch and very high abrasion resistance. As you can imagine, achieving the balance of protection, flexibility, and durability was quite technically challenging, and we believe this development will help drive a new benchmark in durable IFR performance for the specialist protective wear market. Its successful development is already getting a lot of attention and on new opportunities in both the utility segment as well as other protective wear markets. To give you just some few further key benefits of using this fabric, this is a fabric which is based on monocrylic cotton with stretch filament and enhanced strength and abrasion resistance after intelligently incorporating CORDURA fiber to the blend. The fabric has an elongation of more than 30% and at the same time controlled shrinkage and growth even if washed at 75 degrees industrial wash. The handle is very gentle and at the same time tear strengths are about twice of traditional monocrylic blends. We'll be sharing more about the product and the development process shortly. Still, I would like to just put in perspective a bit about who we are and what we do. Daletec is a Norwegian-based company founded in 1879 and has been one of the largest producers of textiles in the Nordics ever since. The company started developing flame-retardant materials early 1950s, and throughout the years it has become not only one of the main specialists in the business, but also one of the companies with global reach. 10 years back, the production was shifted to sapphire finishing mills in Pakistan, and some years later, Daletec became a part of the Sapphire Group. Like CORDURA, Daletec product portfolio consists of different categories with specific end use. In our range, we have specific products made for oil and gas and refineries. We have specialized fabrics for the metal industry, nice selection of materials for utility market, and an own range for the law enforcement and military. When it comes to available technologies, Daletec is offering all major fiber solutions and chemistries. For FR finishing, we are offering both reactive finishing as well as additive finishing, meaning that we can basically produce any fabric that needs FR chemistry finish. For IFRs, our collections consist of both of monoacrylics, FR viscose, and aramid blends. In addition, we are a licensed multi-chem producer, and in addition to different impregnations and coatings, we are introducing new products this year with the lamination. Now, just a bit about the Sapphire Group. This is one of the largest companies in Pakistan. It has different divisions, mainly focusing on textile production of cotton-based products, and it is divided into different divisions. Overall, the group turnover is more than $1 billion, and Daletec being a part of the Sapphire Finishing Mills, which is a company focusing on dyeing and finishing of fabrics, both for workwear, leisure wear, and outdoors. Overall, the facility is processing more than 75 million meters per year, and the complete supply chain is one of the few chain of mills which are certified according to Ecotech's STEP. So back to the core of this discussion, which is the Extreme X fabric. When we started working on this project, this was 3 years back, and we were honestly coming short when it came to offering IFR solutions that were meeting the market's increasing the expectations at the time. After some time trying to make smaller upgrades and adjustments in our products, we decided that it was about time to bring in a larger leap. In the utility market, especially, there was a major push to find solutions that were better than the current options, and this we decided to take advantage of. The benefit at the time was that we already had all needed fiber alternatives available. We had a development team which had a very long experience, and we had a state-of-the-art machine park available. In addition, Sapphire had just introduced their own MoveX technology, which is a special combination of fiber and processing technique that allows freedom of movement at work as never seen before. Our commercial team had this topic under discussion for a while, and there was different opinions on what had to be done and what kind of properties do we want to offer to the market. End of discussion, I asked the team one question. Don't look at what people are having today. What does the market actually need 3 years down the line from now? This led to some further discussion, and finally we set 4 goals for the product, which was to be made in IFR. First of all, it had to be highly flexible and comfortable, as this was often seen as a major challenge in IFR. Monoacrylic blends are generally having low abrasion resistance due to the fibers used, so this had to be improved greatly. Third point was that monoacrylics are often coming with low tear and tensile, so this had to be taken real care of. And then finally, the product had to be made with full multi-certification against all relevant workplace hazards. And from here, we passed on the task to our R&D team to come up with the right solution. So from here, I'm passing on this to you, Vegard.
Thank you, Alan, and for a nice introduction. Just quick, I'm Vegard Selvol. I'm the R&D manager and textile engineer in Daletec. So I'm here to take you and give you some peek or a glimpse behind the scenes of the development of our product. Next slide, please. Yes. So our starting point was how do we utilize our knowledge in fiber spinning, weaving, pre-treatment, and finishing? Well, we'll already in our portfolio for both Daletec and Sapphire, we had durable fabrics, we had extreme flexible fabrics, we have comfortable fabrics, we have flame retardant fabrics, both treated and inherent. But we wanted to sum this up and try to see if we could make any nice products with gathering all these experiences in one product. The way to succeed for this development is like combining the FR engineering team with the engineering team of the spinning and weaving. Well, being a fully integrated textile company, this gives us an advantage because it's easy to get hold of people with expertise within the company. And for our experience from fashion and workwear, where we work with high stretch, light and soft and comfortable fabrics, and having experience in the FR treated and the FR inherent solutions from, well, all the way back to the 1950s. And we already were having good experience with the CORDURA fibers in the non-FR workwears, and also having extensive experience with stretch with the Sapphire Movex fabrics. Please, next. So our goal is always to fulfill as many standards as possible. And the priority is here in order of appearance. And as you see, the Ecotech standard 100 class 2 is on top. And it's a must for Daletec, and it has been with us for the last 25 years. And it's imperative that all our products are Ecotech certified. And it's also a part that they wanted multi-certifications. It's the ISO 11612 for heat and flame. It's the electric arc standard. It's the anti-static standard. It's the high visibility standard. And if possible, also the welding standard. And also, if possible, the chemical splash standard for workwears. So for high comfort and durability, stretch filament, well, we used a combination of fibers for a high wash temperature and a high durable elasticity. And this came from the already Movex range. And the Movex range in Sapphire has been a good success in the non-FR flame retardant, the non-FR fabrics. So we also used cotton for adding comfort, and we had to find a good abrasive fiber. And this is why we chose to work with CORDURA, because we found some excellent performance with their fiber. And of course, an FR fiber that gives the FR properties to the overall blend, and an anti-static fiber that is durable, long-term, and also a staple fiber for easy use. So this is the summary, and as you see, the fabric is 310 grams, and it's a blend of monocrylic cotton, CORDURA nylon, and stretch and anti-static, and it's fulfilling the standard that we feel and the industry would like. And as a solution intended for use in several sectors of the industry and utilities, we think this is an excellent fabric for use for the future. And as you also can see, it's certified for industrial wash at 75 degrees. And I think everybody would like to see more of it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Vega. That was a great presentation. And like I says, everyone, thank you all for your patience. Please put your questions in the chat room. And we'll start off with our Cindy. Cindy will start answering some of the question. Declan, would you read out some of these questions on here for me?
Oh, yeah, so sure. So there's a question here in saying, in what main country is the CORDURA fiber produced for this FR material?
I'll take that one. That's a pretty easy one. The Type 420 high tenacity nylon 6/6 staple fiber is made at our Seaford, Delaware facility. And that's our flagship nylon 6/6 manufacturing facility. It's actually over 80 years. It's actually where nylon 6/6 was invented. So we were able to, as Deborah said earlier in the presentation, take that technology to the new level about 4 years ago. And that was in honor of our 50th anniversary to make the highest tenacity nylon 6/6 staple that we'd ever produced. That was maybe a little bit longer answer than you might be looking for, but it was a really big breakthrough for us because we were listening again to the unmet needs of the consumer. And in this particular case, that customer was the military, and they were looking for lightweight yet durable solutions for the traditional military uniform. So we were able to take out approximately 20% weight in the military uniforms for the US and still achieve mil-spec performance. So we are excited to be debuting this product into the world of workwear and inherent FR protection.
Thank you, Cindy. Cindy, can I just ask you, the audience, we have quite a lot of people online with us at the moment, just so that they're clear, are they contacting yourself or they're contacting Daletec? Where do you want to point them?
That's a great question. Anything Cordura brand specific, please feel free to come to me or Deborah. We'll put our contact information back up towards the end, but anything fabric specific, I think the best way to go forward would be to funnel everything through Erland and Vega.
All right, excellent, thank you. Declan, can you read out some more of these questions, please?
Sure. So this will go to the Daletec team. So what is the protection level ATPV of the fabric, and is it 2112 compliant?
Well, if I start then, first of all, this is coming with a 9 cal protection, and it is not NFPA 2112. The scope for this particular development was to meet the EN ISO norms, and we acknowledge that in order to meet the NFPA especially, we would need to rework on the product. So I can just share with you all then that this is something which you already have got on the drawing board. So in due course, we'll have another product coming up, which also will be meeting NFPA 2112.
Excellent, thank you, Erlen. And the next?
So what is the ELIM value?
Well, the ALIM value, it's 7.2 calories.
Thank you.
I'm sure a lot of people knows what that means. What that means actually. There you go. But what does that actually mean?
It's a similar value for the ATPV, but it's the more conservative calculation of the values of second-degree burnings or in the electric arc standard.
All right, so that's great. So that's very, very specialist. Okay, the next one, Declan.
Okay, so are there any plans to develop a lighter weight version of the fabric?
Cindy, do you want to take that?
I'm gonna probably give that one to Erland. I believe that is in motion, and it does sound like a US or North American NFPA 70E equivalent is underway. So I don't want to give too much away there, but I'll let him field that question.
Okay, Erlen?
Yeah, if I could just top up that with an answer then. I would say yes, this is something we also are working on. There is a certain challenge of when you're balancing the protection level with the actual physical properties, which we will want to have in such a strong, rugged fabric. There is a challenge, and in this case, we have had to have a certain weight. We are working on also reducing the weight, but for this product, which is just launched, this is actually giving everything you need. But it's slightly on the higher side of where probably people would expect it to be in Europe.
Mm-hmm. Excellent, thank you. Declan?
What is the weight per square yard?
Wow.
Quick conversion 9.1.
Oh, thank you, Deborah. Jumping right in there. Ask the woman a difficult question. Okay, we also have a recycling question up there. What about end of life and scope for recycling? I think that's a good question.
It is.
Erlen?
Well, I guess I could pass this on to Vega, this one.
Yeah, well, as all blends, they are very difficult for recycling, and it's possible, but if it's economically feasible, it's like with cotton polyester and all kind of blends with monocrylics and aramids and these things. It's very hard to separate the fibers from each other to reuse them or re-dye them. Yes, so it's a big challenge in all these kind of fiber blends. It is.
So the end of life, because we've just written our sustainability report, and one of the biggest things that challenges I know and infrastructure everyone is looking for is that end of life. So I'm always sort of encouraging everyone on your development and innovation, on your R&D, please make that a center of your world. Okay,
I assure you we have these kind of products also, but these blend products are very hard to recycle fully. Yes.
Excellent. Thank you. Declan?
So is the stretch feature achieved by fabric construction only, or only by using stretch fiber?
Let me fill in here. The stretch feature is a combination of stretch fibers and the way it's spun and woven. I don't want to share exact details, but it's not a black or white thing here. It's not a high or low thing here. It is it's a combination of several things. That's what I think makes it a little bit more unique than some of our other products.
Okay, thank you. Very good. What I want to remind our audience, thank you all for being very patient. What I want to remind your audience is that please don't hesitate after this to contact us, contact the team. They'll be more than happy to go in more depth and give you more information today. So we're just going to be answering all these questions just flying through here, but I'm sure the details will be up and you'll be able to get all of them after this event. Declan, we've got quite a few more to get through.
Sure. So how do these fabrics compare with the Modacrylic Protex products?
Craig, do you want to answer that, or?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what the question is. We use a monocrylic in the blend, and monocrylic and Protex is a brand name of monocrylics. So yeah, but it gives you extra features by adding CORDURA, by adding stretch. The comfort and the flexibility is, of course, what is an extra feature here compared to an ordinary monocrylic product.
Okay.
Thank you. And what chemicals does it pass in EN 13034?
Does anybody want to answer the standards?
Yeah, I have the data and the test reports, but it will take a little bit too long to list them all. But we can send out an answer on that. No issue. We have a certification and a test report from ITEX in Spain already. So.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So follow up with that one then. Thank you. What could an approximate lead time be for this fabric?
Well, I guess that's a question to me then. This is one of the products which we will be supporting heavily in the future. So we will be following our regular lead times, which is about 30 days from date of order to delivery out of the mill.
Perfect, thank you. And do you have any garment manufacturers adopting this product?
Again, that's to me, I guess. Yes, we actually have quite a bit of manufacturers throughout, I would say, Northern, Western Europe, first of all. And we have actually several clients currently working on both planning product launches and also doing different kinds of prototypes and wear trials at the moment. So I would say absolutely yes.
Okay. And we've got another one about the cal rating, asking about it being close to 9 when some blends can reach 250 grams of a cal of 12. So if you can answer that, please.
Yes. It is a little bit lower than a normal monocrylic blend. It's because of the stretch, but we are doing some developments to improve these kind of things. The stretch gives the fabric a big elasticity, and it needs to have a loose and nice construction to have an extreme stretch like we have here. But if you're willing to compromise the stretch, we can definitely find a solution for you if you're looking for a higher ATPV value.
Thank you. After how many washing times, how many times was the fabric washed when tested?
Well, it's an inherent flame retardant fabric, so it would be flame retardant the entire lifespan of the fabric. The testing we've done so far is in an institute is 50 times, but in-house we've tested 100 times washing, and frankly, I don't see the purpose of washing anything any more than that, because it's at some point the fabric is of course not looking as good as new, but if you're concerned about the flammability, you should not be concerned about the number of washings.
Thank you. And so there's a question here regarding the 28% stretch in fabric. This person assumes that will reduce the mass per unit of the fabric. Has Extreme X been tested, and can we be sure that is protective in stretch form as it is in non-stretch form?
There is no facility or possibility of testing exactly when it's in full stretch form. All the standards and all the test methods for electric arc flammability and all these kind of things, they are tested in a normal rigid form. So there is no way of testing it and giving a consistent result if you pull it 30% and test it. So we don't have any test results for that.
Thank you. And is the cotton organic, and where is it sourced?
Well, I can answer that one. We are using BCI cotton in all of our products. So wherever we are using cotton, we are using BCI. So where it's sourced, if that's of interest, I think we should check and get back to the person who has sent in the question.
Okay, perfect. So that's one we can follow up to as well. Is the mod acrylic used for comfort?
That's definitely not really. If we could choose not to use any flame retardant synthetic fibers, if we could use everything with silk or cotton, we would do that. But mod acrylic is bringing the flame retardant overall into the product by making a flammable fiber in a mix, and the non-flammable mod acrylic brings the non-flammability into the blend. So it's not used for comfort, but it is a soft fiber, but it's not very nice for picking up moisture. That's why we have the cotton blend in it.
Okay, thank you. And there was one that was sent in prior to the webinar. I would like to understand if there are any risks associated with the FR performance by adding non-FR fibers to the blend. The FR performance levels are the same or better for this product as compared to similar blendy fabric without CORDURA. So if you could answer that one, I think that was supplied to you beforehand as well.
Could you repeat that?
Sure.
A little complex, sorry.
Sure. So I would like to understand if there are any risks associated with the FR performance by adding non-FR fibers to the blend, and is it the same or better compared to similar blendy fabrics with other brands?
No, putting in a flammable fiber like cotton, nylon, stretch, or anti-static, of course, it affects the blend, but that's why we are using mod acrylic, because that gives the flammable, the anti-flame property to the blend itself. And well, we could have made 100% mod acrylic, but that's 100% synthetic, and it also is a plastic fiber, so it's not so good for heat. So That's what we have. The cotton inside the blend is for keeping the fiber from non-melting, keeping it cooler, keeping it softer. And so there are some types of fibers, flame retardant fibers, that you couldn't mix cotton and nylon in, but monocrylic is one of these fibers that has a excellent performance even when blended with flammable fibers and giving an all-over non-flammable fabric.
Thank you. And what is the blend percentage by fiber content?
Well, I guess that's one of the questions we will have to discuss directly with people who want to learn more about the product.
Okay, that's a follow-up one, fair enough. So do you have fabric manufacturing unit in Asia? Are there any distributor representatives in Bangladesh?
Well, the fabric itself is being processed in Pakistan, so I would say that's absolutely in Asia. Currently, we do not have any representatives in Bangladesh. I assuming the person who sent in the question is from Bangladesh, so I don't see an issue in actually supplying to Bangladesh. It's not too far from Pakistan anyway.
Thank you. And I think that might be all of them. So the other one about chemicals, does it pass in EN 13034? I think you said you're going to be following up with that one too. And there's another one said, another person said they missed the part if the cotton is organic or not. They asked for you to answer it again. I understand you said it was BSI cotton, is that right?
Yes, it's BCI cotton.
Okay. Are there any more questions? There is. And that someone has asked you if you could share the Daletec CORDURA contact details.
Not a problem. We can do that with pleasure. Can you drop us an email, Ben? And I'm sure Daletec or CORDURA, either of the team will get back to you as soon as. Cindy, did you want to give a quick overview on that at all? Or do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, actually I do. I just, first of all, wanted to thank everybody for the time today and for sharing what I hope was a very insightful and a very educational experience. And again, we will be following up, but just wanted to thank the very, very talented team at Daletec. We've had a great collaboration with them over the last 3 years. And as you can see, we're super excited about getting this new stretch inherent FR out to the marketplace as quickly as possible, powered by CORDURA fiber technology and the brigadine that goes with it. We would like to emphasize, and I'll just say this on behalf of Erlen and Vegard, but fabric samples, if you would like to request those. I believe that when you signed up for this webinar, that was one of the requests, but we will have fabrics ready to go and be ready to answer any questions. And I think probably the best thing, what we can do for you is just put all of our contact information on one Word document or something like that and get it out to the distribution that signed up. So thank everybody for your time today. And I'll put another plug in for the November 2nd and 3rd summit meeting in London. Seriously, Yvette and the PCIAW team do an incredible job at that event. Wonderful networking, wonderful just knowledge sharing with one another, connections. Next generation of innovations usually take place at events like that. So just wanted to say thanks, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there.
Cindy, Vegard, Erlen, and the whole team, Deborah, thank you all so much. It was a fantastic webinar, very educational and informative. I'm absolutely sure we still have a lot of people online, and I'm sure they're all eager to come and learn far more than what is being put forward today. So good luck with your innovation. And let me just check. All right. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you all again for sticking with us. And we'll all see you in November. Don't hesitate to contact us. Any questions, anything else, Erlen, Vegard, Deborah, you want to say before we go? No? All right, Cindy, excellent. See you guys soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Take
Goodbye.
care.
Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye.